fuck by chain and win. I don't play,
All right, what is going on? I got a nice video for you. Today we're going to be talking about a concept that I was talking about with my roommate, Ramon Hartking. You can find his channel. I'll add him in the description below or in the link. You can find him. But this concept is a conversation we were having. This is a conversation we were having, and I think this applies mostly to people who claim spiritual, but should apply to everybody. I think this is valid for all people. But the concept was, you can tell the state of a person by the state of their altar. And with that being said, what is an altar? So I'm not going to show off my altar because I believe that it's a sacred space and the world doesn't necessarily need to see that. But an altar is something that you create that you then use to funnel intentions into. So for example, it could be just like a table. You put a bunch of crystals on it and you have some candles, and then you make that space with intention of being an altar, and then you use it to pray, to manifest. You can meditate at your altar. You can read or gain more knowledge or more truth at your altar. Self-reflection, writing or scribing is things that you can do at your altar. And these are activities to connect you more to yourself, connect you to God or the universe, to connect you to the world around you. And I'll go back to the saying, you can tell the state of a person by the state of their altar. So, Lucido, I don't even have an altar. Exactly. I can tell the state of you by you not even having an altar. It's like, that doesn't mean maybe you're not praying or maybe you're not manifesting, you're not doing good things, but to build that space for yourself, I think is very important. So, where do I start? Where does one person even start? Well, personally, I started by finding a nice hexagon table, and I glued all my crystals and rocks that I have to that table. I painted on the table and made a nice pattern, and then I added trinkets that I like, some things that were gifts to me, different stones and different necklaces or jewelry, and then some things that I found and or foraged or hunted myself. Like I know I have like a white-tailed deer tail on my altar. I also have some candles. I have an incense holder, crystals like I was saying, different rocks, Palo Santo. I have all my books underneath my altar so that I can easily access them. And I think it's super important for people to build that space for themselves that they can come back to, set intention, again, manifest, read, scribe, and develop that sense of spirituality within themselves, or develop their connection to God or to the universe. So, why am I sharing this with all of you today? I mean, most of it is encouragement to build yourself that space, that sacred space, an altar space. But besides that, it would be to let you know, if you don't know this already, that it's okay if you're not where you want to be yet. You know, we're all growing, we're all developing as people, and for me personally, when I'm looking to stay in frame of the highest possible version of myself, I'm at my altar at least twice a day, right when I wake up, and definitely before I go to bed, setting my intentions, writing down my goals, doing any planning or meditating, reflecting on my life where I could have been better in some scenarios, where I could have had more compassion or empathy, maybe where I could have stood up for myself better. These are all things that I'm doing at my altar. And yeah, I mean, with that, I would say, again, it's okay to grow. It's okay to not have an altar space yet, but this is encouragement to build one. And, you know, if you don't even know where to start, feel free to message me. Feel free to send me an email. You know, it's in my YouTube description. Go ahead and check it out in my bio. But you can tell the state of a person by the state of their altar. With that, peace and love.